All right, bye, Dad. Bye, Dad. Okay. Well, okay. I think we're gonna circle a reason around. You know what? I wanted to do 100. Yeah. You know what? Like, I don't want to get myself in trouble. That's another big thing. Alright. If I actually got myself kicked out of that camp, I would have been facing a lot of legal. Standard time. And sunrise today, 5:41 a.m., 4:41 a.m. at standard time. If dinner's gonna be flat out ready, I think as it stands right now, we may still have to. Oh hell, Heinrich here tonight. That would actually, I think in Ontario they have started making it more restrictive in some of these buildings actually government offices. And I think you need to respect that. I think if we ever have a situation where if I ever got lost all my privileges, you are not going back to school like this. Because if I have almost ran out of school before, there have actually been moments. There's actually one point where it almost pushed me out. I was pretty much almost been pushed right from the street. I mean, almost put right on the street by Michael. Pretty much almost pushed me right on the street. I was literally on the verge of running out of school and not looking back. And not looking back. And seriously, it would have made a lot. And that's good right now. I very will be out of Pioneer. I could be out of the class. Well, unfortunately, you just lost. And Nora don't come back. I have never gotten that, but have you, if any of you ever tries to look our block, he's gonna want blood. I think it's very obvious that don't take them seriously. Dude, they never listen to us. They never, dude. Yeah, and they never listen to us. I think it's. Getting closer to a. So I'm very limited in terms of where I can go, because I have been having a restrictive time limit being put on me. They could one day just say that, you know what, maybe this isn't working anymore. It's like, dude, this cannot work in the long run. I think we need to realize that we're gonna have to learn to live in a reality where we may have to just simply reimagine what our summers are now gonna look like now that without the activities, we probably may have to simply reimagine what. So there really could be a chance here that if we don't wind up doing that and I don't have a job by the summer, there pretty much could be nothing stopping me from coming up here all at any time of the day, morning, or maybe even if it's early morning or afternoon. He was saying, "Hey, your money." I said, "Well," they said, "All right, I think the ultimate may have to be that." I said, "Dude, I'm not paying out of my own pocket." I said, "Dude, I'm not paying out of my own pocket." I'm simply saying the words that I am not paying out of my own pocket for this camp. Well, I either have a choice now, either give this camp the idea up because clearly this can't work in the long term because I really realized just how much it was blown, how how much crap. I I gave up a lot. I gave up on Alexa because clearly when I got Nora, do you think maybe Nora is actually better than Alexa? Because I have a limit. And then I can't go very far. And yeah, I think you ain't you ain't getting very far. And hunting said the word. Yeah, in our plans and it ain't getting very far in the community. Some have even said, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch to the home screen. I'll switch to the webcam. I'll switch to the webcam and I think if I ever do lose my privileges permanently, I could one day have to face the possibility that this YouTube channel possibly gets taken down. And if I lose my privilege, so we may actually wind up having no other options because there may be no way that we'll be able to do that. So if there is a time limit, it has never gotten to that point where Continue has ever. I don't think Continue in this time of editing with Wikipedia, I think he has never wanted to make that decision. I don't wanna. I might wanna. I may leave the studio. I may switch the computer. I'm gonna switch the computer so we don't have the sound. I'm gonna leave this stream. I'm not gonna end the stream, but I'm gonna leave. I think if you can't, then we need to talk about the person who walk around with that. If I can't, I'll go to do myself. If next time if really makes yawn, I'm very rather buy myself a lunch and to actually have something in the day. I think it's becoming more and more like, Mohammed, I think it's starting to become more and more like we may be. I'm hearing from more and more people that it may be better if we left Pinard. If we left the stream and then get off the stream, I can't control it from my phone, But uh, I could, at very least, I'm gonna switch my computer. So I'm gonna go switch into my computer. So I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna switch to the computer because I'm gonna try to hop off this phone that switch. See how we can actually leave the studio while maintaining the stream on my computer. Because I'm gonna actually log off the screen on my phone and go to the computer. And I'm gonna leave the stream. How do I leave the stream? How do I leave the stream? Hi, Foxy 987. How are you doing? Alright. So I'm gonna switch to my computer. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch my computer, and then we'll switch to the phone later when I go to Pine Ridge, and then we'll go to Pine Ridge officially. I think that's the plan. I'll see you guys in a bit. Happy birthday, man.
Hello, Dylan. Tomorrow is my birthday. I'll be 17
Hello.
tomorrow. Well,
Thank
I
you.
feel like I just
Thank you for telling me that.
yeah. I this is why I shall invite this on Dax Twitter and Dax Twitter StreamYard and Sparkon and StreamYard.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me. I'm really, I'm gonna, I'm gonna get my computer. My phone. You see that? Right.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
So,
Oh, huh. Hey, more people turning in. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Mhm. So, so where are you guys from tonight?
Insert well, if you don't know, insert disc might be from Black Cotton Strain. Even Dex Twitter is my friend that came here from Dex Twitter Strain as I can know.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have. Yeah. I'm gonna have to have dinner, guys. So I'm probably gonna have to let you guys go for a bit.
Yeah, probably thanks for watching.
Yep. See you guys later.
Goodbye. See you guys.
All right. Bye, Dan.
Hey, Harold, honey. Yeah. It's dinner time, okay?
I think I would like to. Yeah. And a couple minutes later than what I thought it would be. I had to have my bagel. I had to have my dinner. And when we ever have big dinner, we made I think it's simply home business thing over with. Uh, uh, yep, we're on LTE now officially, and now we're on our way to the school. But now we're on our way to the school. So anybody that wants to come back into the stream, I'm more than welcome to invite you guys back. Here, my name is Dylan Reynolds, and my name is Dylan Reynolds. For those people that don't know me, my name is Dylan Reynolds, and I actually want to say thank you guys for joining in on the thank you guys for joining in on the fun. And thank you for joining in on the fun, for joining in with me. So thank you guys for some of you guys that joined in. I never had people streaming in. But yeah. But yeah, it's coming up. Oh no! Oh my god. I'm gonna have to remove you guys. I'm gonna have to. Will persist. But the first time I gotta check because yeah, the American football game gotta end it. And then I'm hearing that that I may have to terminate the stream if there's a football game. If there isn't a football game, but that game might have copyright maybe not existent copyright. Wait, here we are, guys. So this is my first live stream I've done. I miss everything. I don't know why I say I am here for a bit. When we were talking about COVID and it's cool. I don't know if it's the no with no life thing, but you might have been one of the many years that Man, I had some viewers on earlier tonight. Man, a lot of the YouTube channel subscribed to me. Ever since I started live streaming, the channel has grown a little bit. About 100 subscribers. So we're almost at 100, so smash the subscribe button. Yeah, turn on the post notification, and we stream every day. Alright guys, so if there's a musical, guys, I'm gonna need to end the stream. Yeah, the school musical rehearsals are on. There's so many people we need to probably end the stream, or we may probably need to plan for the possibility of it. So we school musical is I know when the school musical falls on, we'll need to change the plan. And we will probably need to assess if we can do this. I'll do a morning walk, or do a morning walk. If we can do an early morning walk next week, how next week, but 2 weekends from now, for Saturday, and then go back to normal walking time for Sunday. If there's a football game, Cars doing a live stream, I would probably need to do it as a home stream for that day. And Sunday, I had the Dolphins schedule, and they're not playing the Pioneers at this time of the day. And so it should be clear. And I think that the Pioneers will be quiet tonight. If you know that when they their games here, I think they totally hurry. I want to tell everybody that given how long the rules have been, how long their rule, because it's their side, their rule. I don't make the rule, and I don't have any say of the rule. Well, see, from my live stream, we're doing a quick live. And I'm thinking that had you ever had to have her here, her when Madison did with Madison, we actually had a proper home dinner. I think whenever we have home dinner, I should be checking their schedule before I leave for my walk up here. I need to know because they play a lot of music during their football games, and we would probably need to turn off stream. If that's the case, we need to probably, if there's a football game up here, depending on what happens, we will need to turn off the stream. It's not up here, nobody's here. If nobody's here, hey. I think we're in the clear. I'm gonna go. of Philippines who's here tonight. I don't think maybe nobody's here tonight. Everybody may not be here. I think the volleyball tournament. Remember, there was no permit Saturday night. So tonight, I think the building's pretty much closed. I think. I think if I check the building, it's probably closed. So, Robert in Madrid. Robert in Madrid. Robert is all the way in Madrid. And all the way in Madrid. I might want to the building lights are on. So we might want to have the 7. We might want to go see where everything is. I'm going to have the front door, one door. And everything's here. And that's everything here. So I might want to go up. So here we are at Pine Ridge. Once a week going forward, will be a once a week schedule. We'll go back to regular Saturday or Sunday, depending on the weather. If we're just gonna be cloud raining or raining all day, I think we might. We'll see how bad it really is. I think it's gonna so bad. It's a lot. We want to be doing a walk. We'll be doing a walk out here. I'm gonna see what we're really curated in the end. This is a beautiful night. Last night. And like about it. We ended up starting the stream an hour early. My eyes are pretty much blurry. It's pretty much blurry. I'm pretty much feeling blurry. Okay. While in the middle of the stream, I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube right now. I'm watching. The corner. I know that I will go around start turning you out for the night. I think it slows it down quite a bit. Madison is stay over at the house tonight. Yeah, try to knock it over today. But Madison, even my guy, her family isn't really good. I have to see if everybody was here, but in my opinion, I don't know if I'll be able to do that many walks out here unless, if I'm gonna need to catch the Dolphins schedule, If we want to do a live stream, we may have to do a whole stream. And if we are, I probably might avoid Saturday night when the music goes on because I might come up here. I may have to come up here in like early morning, the morning, and do a walk. Whenever in the summertime, I would kind of when the sun. Either in a lower angle or it's not bright. And I see it's beautiful. I am here. Okay. I just had to talk to MJ, guys. So I did not want to leave my mic. I decided to try it. So here's why I tell you guys this. Like, I mute the mic because when I'm talking with MJ or when I'm talking with Jason or Brian or technically all the guys, or technically everyone that's there, who's Steve, I cannot live stream from my phone. Alright, I don't think it can actually be an invasion of privacy if I did that. Not everybody likes the idea that Brian doesn't like that. Oh, so I want to say, well, so Jason will be on days. You won't see him for a while. I think once Steve comes back to being in the lead, it will probably be sometime in the summer or fall. I wouldn't be very surprised if we wind up starting the year with him on modified, but I can't tell if he's going to be on modified. At least he is back, and that is good news for us. Unfortunately, guys, I can't. I was gonna one day stream it. But see you next time. Bye. I want to say to people, I'm not gonna live stream tomorrow. I'll be doing a home stream tomorrow at the normal time, but earlier than that. I want to tell you guys something. That since I'm not really at the school anymore, but I'm gonna try to fluctuate the schedule when I do my walking streams to try to avoid the football permit. Or at least if I am up here, or try to avoid copyright strike. Or if I get a YouTube video or if I ever do my YouTube stream, chances are with that permit route, chances are I could get copyright strike. And even with soccer permit too, chances are I could get copyright strike. That I might get a strike. It might be moved to the following night. It would probably be moved to the following night. It could be moved to the following night, or if it is done, it will be the morning. If doing a walk up here is unavoidable. Yeah, so I like doing the SAC team, and I bumped into some old SAC members, and they were playing music up here. Oh, they had the window open, and they were hearing songs one by one. They put in the finals last Christmas. I think when I saw the door open, it was when the door opened, I realized, yeah, the one time when Steve opened the door, and yeah, it was nice to have chat because I was up here. So I just talked to MJ, who most people don't know. That most of the time here in the summer months, I want to say this week it's gonna be a little bit cooler. It's gonna be a little bit cooler and a little bit wet. I'm thinking that's what generally happens in a neutral pattern, is that when the state of the El Nino summer oscillation is in a neutral phase, you can still get some of the lingering El Nino effects, but depending other factors can come into play here. But La Nina could be an entirely different story. I mean, La Nina, well, it's still in a mild winter. Yeah, La Nina, but we still get a mild winter. It just might mean that we just get more snow than normal, which happened in the winters of 1819. We had snowy winter. 1920 we had snowy winter. 2020, yeah, really snowy winter in our area, but I think after that winter, it was just cold all the way. It was just more cold. I'm looking at the winter of 20. I do want to say, guys, that the data, remember, I do want to say, guys, that for the first time this year, COVID cases are above 1,000 for the first time since February, but in the first time in a while. That's the first time in a while. First time. Yeah. In quite some time. Closer to January. But man, like, I think that this was simply one of the toughest years past 12 months, or at least since July, and just simply everything happening to me. From one of my brothers almost getting arrested, to me almost losing the camp, to essentially having the root customer, getting strep throat in January. So like, ever since July of last year, probably been one of the difficult times, and I have a feeling I caught it at work because I do know that I think there's definitely a more increased health risk in the winter months, especially during the fall and winter, than spring and summer. I say the sun gets further lower in the sky during the winter, and you're gonna see it gradually fade over time. Like right now, it will fade as we move into August, and it's gonna gradually fade away as we move into September. As we move into the month of September, is there a way where I can get a light on this camera? This thing isn't gonna turn out well on nightfall. Might be a little dark, guys. Yeah. Might also depend on how much snow we get in the winter time. Because if we ever do get a big snowstorm, I think we're probably gonna not go up here in the community. Did make the decision that we're not going to.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
He has his permit. He had a permit he was showing in the office. I went in and showed everything for and the permit came. But there are multiple other permits that run out of this building until the summer. We're pretty much, I think it's closed during the off season. But I think that it's actually not until I think it's actually later on in September, I think, is when everything really kicks off. But I think clearly, I don't know if by that stage I may even have a job. And I think at that stage, I think at this stage I need to probably realize that. I think I need to realize what Ian should say is that I may not have time for friendships right now anymore. I think Nora needs to totally realize that when I'm moving on, I think I've changed really significantly from last spring. I think it's an entirely it's kind of you can still go around thing and you have a fight, but if it actually been discouraging hard from getting back here, because hopefully they would not have to just walk back here. But in the winter time, they actually do have to keep this open. But I don't know what this place is going to be like once the colder months start to roll in again. Just wants to move into the more colder months like October, November, December. And then we probably will have to migrate back to the sweater and jacket. And I can simply say, have our body completely warm. We can't even say we can have our body completely warm through. I realized because I did that, I think everywhere we've had a little cool down. I remember I wasn't very surprised May of last year wound up also being a bit cooler. Wound up coming out cooler than average too. As far as temperature. And then June ended up being a little bit cooler too. We actually had a little bit of a cool patch. So we are definitely in a cool phase in the temperatures. But we are in a bit of a cool down. So I think there's going to be a time where we're going to be a little bit below normal. But after that, we should be in the very warm days. But I think that given that we're just getting out of the El Nino, I don't think I would be very surprised if the hurricane season winds up being quiet for most of the year. When the Wikipedia users did that, they actually blocked us from any firstly blocked us. Because I think that was one of their first measures they did, that they blocked us from anything Wikipedia to prevent disruption. I think that they wanted to stop the disruptive behavior and they wanted to stop that. And they told us that, hey, we can't continue with ready to pull the plug. But the feeling but I do want to tell everybody that I may not have any intent right now to start considering looking for work as we are moving into the summer months. Once the off-season rolls around. I want to get my school away from school, but in my opinion, the next camp, I want to tell you guys that this is going to be my last year. If I do go ahead, it'll be my 7th, but if I say I'm not paying out of my own pocket, then you know what? I'm ready to simply pull the plug. If my parents simply aren't budging, actually, I am going to need to make it difficult. There will be a difficult decisions. Not paying or signing me up will have to we'll be pulling back. And I just say, you know what? Maybe my opinion have just sort of changed on the camp. You know, it's just now but it is not short weather, well, on the low 20s, upper teens it can be fine. You can get away with it being in the teens, but it can be a little bit cold. It can actually be a little bit cold, but it was quite quite a bit wet. It was cold. It was cold, but not entirely wet. However, I don't have my in-class day, so next week I do have an in-class day, and then the next month really, and then I'm done school, and I'm done on the 25th, and then after starting in early July, and then starting in early July through to August, till August, probably gonna be doing some early morning walks. Probably gonna start doing some early mornings out here again. I might start doing early mornings out here again during the weekday. I just got my Dayho notification. I just got my Dayho data notification that I used to my inks. I think it shrinks. I think when I use the data warning on my inks, but it ain't gonna hurt us in streaming. That's a big thing. We're not gonna go over way much of the data. I think we're gonna do these at least once a week. Now that I know that I can try doing these once a week while maintaining, while not getting the warning in the stream or I want to tell you guys that the Wikipedia policies, if violated, can lead to getting yourself into being banned, but it was quite a disappointment when I got my Wikipedia account taken down. But man, he is sending his fans. I bet he has sent his audience. I realize that he made a YouTube video. I want to tell you guys, the last time I was able to stream, but this is my own YouTube channel. Keep in mind, this is my own YouTube channel. I can't, if I was able to get my own YouTube channel, with temperatures as warm as it is right now, 8:15 p.m., but I might want to plan for the possibility here that we don't do a night walk, we don't do night walks out here that much here in the winter time. And I may not be able to do that many walks out here. I think we'll be doing a lot more evening walks. I think we'll be doing more morning walks during the weekday, early mornings, and then evenings on the weekend. I think we'll do evenings as well. Friday and Saturday and Sunday will be evenings still. I think we'll be seeing the show more or less at 6:30 a.m. streams. Yeah. Sunshine. I want to say that I don't think I'm gonna be going out 100, but now that I know that when the rental happy hour we'll be bringing back the rental happy hour Sunday night when we have the permit leaving, but when we have our permit leaving, but when school is closed. In the summertime, I won't be doing my usual class. I think we'll be doing this, go home. But at the same time, if I have yak, and I have to go to the yak camp, and I have to go to yak, but if I don't have to go to yak, then I'm free. Well, I'm free to do some walks up here. Any time of day, if we choose to do so. If we pretty much choose to. There pretty much maybe there may be nothing stopping me from doing walks up here. But especially with the high sun angle, I feel like the best time of the day, if you really want to avoid a sunburn, is in the morning time. Sun's not above the horizon. Sun's not as high above the horizon. It's not as high above the horizon. But if this summer is gonna be as bad, yeah, it's pretty hot. I'm really hoping not. I don't want to have another Lin BC thing where it got one time it got to like 49 degrees Celsius in that area of the country. And it never got that. It was quite rare for that part of the country to get that hot. But I would probably say that the winter was just almost non-existent. So it was very obvious that we'll have to see how when June comes or July or August come back. June, July come out ahead. But I think this year in September, October were like this too, but I would say I don't think I'm gonna be at this. I don't think I'm gonna be doing that many walks on here. Yeah. In the evenings, and I think that this will likely continue even if it's the winter time. But I do need to know that the inter-school activities also pursue the permits. And we have also the inter-school events that we have the musical and man, I think as far as doing the board meetings, because I makes me wonder if I could impacting me back too, but I do have a plan at least to continue these for now on for a while, but I want to say if long as we continue, I don't have a job, I don't have a job carrying me into this upcoming school year, and not and the public question periods just don't get discontinued, then we should be in the clear. and forever will make it a real the public question period. Forever will make it a real the public question period. I think that now that I'm putting out of the school board, I think I will be obvious that now that I will be out of this, maybe not June 6th, maybe June 5th, I may have to do it sometime in the early June. It will have to be it would have to come down to it being this week if it had come to that early late May. The end of May or almost into early June. Borderline June. Maybe June 5th. So I might want to check when their musical is taking place. And if the musical is taking place starting June 5th, we'll come up here on Wednesday and not on the matinee day. And most of the class I want to see will be down at the matinee. So I think I'm going to wait until Wednesday. So I'm going to wait until Wednesday so I'm actually going to wait until Wednesday. Do my monthly Zoom visit, and then I will be done for the year. Or in terms of doing these visits unless I decide to come up here for the end of the year barbecue and then we wouldn't have. But as of this June, I will be out of school for and ahead of the Vegas. I think pretty much everybody pretty much nominated me to get the award at the school. I say, man, my memories at this school are really, really rare since 2023. Are really rare since 2023. And I did a live stream, guys, so and I'll sure I did check the Dolphins schedule before I planned my walk. Hopefully when the school's closed, might send a message that once we hit once again to October. I think October is the playoffs. I think September, October are typically be the football playoffs. And then we'll be closed, and then once that happens, the season will be over until next year. But Pine but I don't think I'm gonna be doing that many walks here anymore. But this is the wood shop. But that's another big thing is that when it comes to my public question periods, but again, if I have a job lined up for the summer, job. But again, I think it could come down to two things. There could be two factors that could maybe make my decision to discontinue it. One would be the getting a real public question period with a lot of people typing, or I have an or if I have a job. If both of those factors are our partnership with the board will be ending. If we did this during the pandemic, and I really wanted it to maybe be a permanent thing. I realized that once I knew I was going into be a part of this transition work program, I began to realize if I'm actually getting a job, I don't think that this is going to be I realize I just don't think that this is going to be a permanent. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this as a permanent thing. I'm not going to be able to do this as a permanent thing because, well, I'm going to be employed. And I'm going to be one, employed. Two, I'm going to be employed. And yeah, I may not have that flexibility in terms of meaning I might not have very much say. So if I am scheduled in for the night shifts on board meeting nights, I will probably have to do my question. I might want to check my schedule before I plan, and if that's the case, I need to have it read in. Then I'm just gonna have it read into the screen. Then I am gonna have to have it read into the screen. And I would not be able to make it up to do these virtually because my job may be getting in the way. And may eventually just stop doing them entirely because I have a job and I'm not gonna have very much of a choice here. Cause in the fall I'm constantly moving out trying to getting a job. But it will be dark up here by the time we reach and it will be dark up here by the time we get to this time of the day a few months from now. So I think it'll be in September. I think it'll be sometime in September. It will start to be dark at this time. Starting in September and even into August and even into September. I move into August and September. As we move into August and September and September. As we move into August and September and September. And we move into the month of September. As we move into September, but I want to tell you guys that I don't think I'm going to be able to do a lot of these public question periods at my at the DESC board meetings. As much, I don't know how much longer we really have for these public question periods because if I have a job, I'm not going to be able, and I probably will not be able to do that many public question periods. I even asked some people if they, what would another way would we be able to do the public question period? And there may not be any way we could do it outside of the 23-24 year. Beyond that, I think I could say this, if this would be my last year doing them. I enjoy doing these public question periods. We've been a long time with it, and we started doing our own YouTube stuff. Content in 2022, and we've grown a lot. And we've grown a lot, and we've grown a lot over the course of this last year. But I think it's fair to say that this may not be my permanent job. Time may have to come back. There is a time in my life where you are gonna need to be faced with. So this is the wood shop behind the school. And this side of the building is actually more like the wood shops. That's where the wood shop is. So more like this hallway here. There's also this little hallway that leads into the cafeteria here. There's also another hallway which leads to. There's another hallway that leads. So I kind of believe with the layout of the building that the upstairs area back in the 90s was the custodial office. Used to be the custodial office. And that's where it used to be, right? I think at least it used to be the custodial office. And then that room used to probably be all storage. AR. Given that there was that long corridor, kind of just like the one that's down here. So I believe that actually used to be the social office. The social office back in the day. It was used mostly for storage, and that mostly was used for storage. And that area wasn't in use yet. So I think in 2001, I think in 2000 or 2001, I think they turned these rooms into classrooms. I'm betting that sometime I think that back when the school opened, this side building from right down there was a little further back. So this is a different look from 2022. I think I want to say this, that there could be some changes. Yeah, it's 2024, and we probably need to change times, but let me know your thoughts, because I may not be able to do that many of these streams. Is that come next year? Is that come next year? I know Muhammad isn't really watching my channel as much anymore. Muhammad and Nora and I are actually not as close. But I think at that stage in my life is that once I have a job, even if he comes back to Canada, I feel like that I might be considering moving on. I may need to move on from Nora. Because I don't think I'm gonna have any of my old teachers that want to do here, or any of these civilians. There will be people that will not know me. Unless I wind up moving, and this could be my permanent home unless I wind up moving out. Unless I wind up leaving Pickering. Unless I wind up leaving Pickering, it would be one day ever moving, everyone's saying leaving for good. And there's really nothing keeping us here, and I think it's safe to say that there may be nothing keeping us here. Because I do find that uh yeah. Just kind of looking back at my last year here, I would just say I wish I was still at this school, and for people that did not know this, there's at one time you there's at one time was my favorite high school overall, and this is the wood shop right here. So the wood shop where they launched their stuff for Mr. Backcastle. What? And then the school right down here. And then the school right down here was open. and the school right down the used to be all lockers. But the one shop used to be the one shop. So this is was once, but I think I want to say this, guys, that come the summer months, this place will not be open for these things during the time, so I won't be able to see them until at least the first Friday after Labor Day, which will be probably September 6th. September the 6th will be on the evening, but we'll mostly be seeing them mostly in the mornings. Well, but we'll only be seeing them in the early mornings before the ants get there. Before all the ants get there, but I might also want to take into account that when we could be shifting more or less to like later walking times, I would say like probably more like I might take a walk or two to the mall. I might take some walks down the Pine Ridge. I think in July, after mid-August, the building will be just about closed. I'm thinking once we hit pants weather, it will be like, because once we get into pants weather, as once we start getting into the colder months, I think we'll be in that will be September, October. Once we start to cool off, start going into September, October, we'll start to put the pants back on, we'll start to get our long sleeve shirts back on, and then we'll start to get the SAC sweater back on too. And then we'll start to get our jackets and then winter jackets and it'll get snowy again. I don't know what our winter will start to look like, but I'm saying that unlike last year, this past winter, and unlike previous winter, we had the bubble, that protective bubble that we had, and we always had a first and then we had another bubble that came in with the protective layer of our glass roof wasn't there, and I realized that protective barrier wasn't there this year anymore. There's nothing short of bringing illnesses in. Any type of viral activity with illnesses being brought into the camp. I think once we get past May, it will be dark probably by around 9 o'clock, and then so please keep that in mind, guys, that if I go in violation of the rules, I think the penalties could be there. We blocked for up to for duration of 10 days, and I plan with reset on August. As long as we get the onset of the next winter starts to be our next focus. And well, the COVID-19 pandemic has also brought in some big things. We recently just had a bit of we're starting to actually see a real rise in the PCR testing. We haven't yet started trending up in the wastewater, but we are trending up in terms of PCR testing, and we just had another big spike. So it could be very interesting. So if we start heading up this spring, it could be very interesting where we end up by next fall, because it makes me think that it ain't probably going to be similar. And Ontario hasn't been moved into the endemic stage of it now. And I think they're showing more evidence of that. We had, I think last year it started in July, but I think that we're starting to kind of get into the very low territories for the first time quite a while. And when we haven't even, because literally we were all thinking, well, I think the lowest point will end up being sometime late March, early April, and now started trending back up since. And we did not get as low as last year here in the total. We didn't get as low as last year yet. But we do want to say we've seen a shift in the lever in the when COVID now tends to hit. We still see a technically we do see waves. I think when we had the old COVID variant, it was as bad as the old COVID variant. But it wasn't as bad as the old the original COVID. And then we essentially sort of had a bit of a variant split. And then I think the variant I think we had an entirely different strain take hold. But I'm thinking that the original Wuhan strain went down. So what was starting to infect more younger people was the variant, like there was an entirely new strain. So what healed wave 2 was a different strain of the virus. It wasn't. Yeah, luckily I'm not being monetized, but it could be a YouTube violation. But I don't I don't want to get my account. And how many is today one? But maybe had track in the respiratory virus pool. It's looking like that the where we are starting to see it changing because this is actually a little bit early than it did last year when it started rising. But we had the rise last time, what we saw this time occurring I think 2 months a bit over a month early. Occurring a few months early than the last year did. I don't think we got to 1,000 until sometime in August. And then we reached 2,000 by the time we reached September. But once the highest weekly case count since the talent show. So then we had that big performance back at the end of March. Mostly it was just the end of March. and into April, but it was mostly the end of March to the rest of March. So after March, it was April, we turned to April. And then we're moving into May. We're into May now. We're already seeing a bit of an uptick. I don't know about Malaysia yet, but it's looking like we've seen a bit that the trends have overall shifted. But what I do know that when we have a stabilization in the trends, we start trending down. I think we need to make a note of that next time around if we start to see a little bit of a decline. And we did see another rise, I think, around about the fall and winter. And that's what the respiratory virus tool is detecting right now. Is that this one lasted, I think, 2 months, and then we started to really level off sometime in. We leveled off sometime in March. But I do feel like that. I don't know where we could stand come next month. Because I don't know that's going to happen yet. And 2,862 cases recorded in the province during the week of the end of March. It was the last time we had a big jump in cases like this was the last time these case counts have went above 2 or 3 or 4,000 was last winter. And the last time we ever got above 5,000 weekly cases was several months ago. Was about a couple months ago. Was about over a year ago. Was about over a year ago. Was about over a year ago. Was over a year ago. Was over a year ago. Was about over a year ago. Was over a year ago. Where we can update the respiratory virus tool. And it hasn't gone above 5,000 at least since January 2023. Since January 2023. But it would be the first time we crossed the thresholds at least since February. That it had surpassed the time period that we were during the height of the semi-formal. We could say March 2023. Well, as of right now, the COVID seems like it's on the rise again as we move into the fall. I don't know when was the last time we went into a moderate territory, but I think it may have been like a month or two ago. I think it was the first time in about a few months that we've been there. I think maybe January or even February. I think February is. I'm betting the first time since February. So I checked the last time, and the last time we were that high was mid-February. Was the beginning of February, almost January. Almost into late January when we got through. And then I will be starting to talk about where we end up. And we end up getting another big sharp rise, but we are approaching on the peaks. but, but comparing to like this time last year, we're kind of are starting to exceed what we saw at this point in 2023 just a little bit. But it's just bad enough that the admin simply said, "You're not welcome here anymore." So you know what? We were very going to say thank you for your contribution here, but they have to make the they like I totally respect them either way. I respect them, but I do give this community a lot of respect for their decisions. And I recognize that this is not an easy decision that they ever want to have to make as users that any editors that violate the law. Delete them, thank you. And I think we really learned our lesson from that. Don't mess with Wikipedia policies unless you're really careful on that. Unless listen to Wikipedia use listen to what the users are saying to you. But man, I've never gotten that bad. It's never gotten that bad before. Like in all my time editing Wikipedia, I can say it's never gotten that bad. I'm all my time editing with this community. It never gotten to this bad of a state where it's ever come down to that situation where we had to simply said give up the I think they gave up. I think at this stage the community has sort of gave up and they simply said I think we kind of deserved it overall because we violated the rule. But I think we sort of at the end deserved it. Very much deserved it. I think we kind of deserved it given that we violated it. But at the same time we kind of I think at the end of the day we kind of deserved it because deserved that penalty, a really severe penalty. And if something happened, definitely, as they simply said, that we can't have you back as a user of Wikipedia. So they did just that. And I want to say this: it had never gotten to that point where the community had to invoke it, but to invoke that ban. It was like a massive collapse. But actually, if we didn't tighten up, it was a historic collapse. It will be a historic collapse. It was a really big historic collapse for us. It was a historic collapse. Worst hand notice ever. It was a historic collapse. It would be an epic collapse. If we didn't tighten up, it would be an epic collapse. It would have to be an epic collapse for that to become. It would have to be a massive collapse for that to even become possible, but here we are now. Is how did we get here? And I wish the community had consulted with I think like that just makes it even more difficult. Do you ever get banned? But I made a point in terms of reverting the edge, and good thing I made that decision because good thing I made that decision. And I want to say this, guys. I did not make that decision lightly or taking that choice lightly, because we did not make that decision lightly to violate, or not to violate. We did not take that decision seriously or even lightly. Choosing not to obey her orders or rules was not something I taken lightly at all. And I'm very sorry for that. And you know what? I'm very sorry for that. I want to say that to you guys that I'm very sorry. And yeah, I'm very sorry for that. I did not make that decision lightly. And we clearly deserved it because clearly we get a lot of bad, we get a lot of conduct, conduct that clearly proving the point that we can't have you back in this community. So clearly we did something that pretty much said that we can't have you back as this user for these reasons. And they said we can't have you back as a media anymore. So it was a historic collapse. It was a historic collapse. We tried to fix the problem with Ian, pretending to fix the problem with him, but it's his rules and it's their rules, and I think if you're not following the rules, I think you have to do it by policy. If not, you should be facing hell. And we have to. Otherwise, we're going to literally lose the Wikipedia account. And we have to. And we have to. Otherwise, we're going to be without Wikipedia account. Otherwise, we could be editing without an account. Otherwise, we could be without an account. Editing without an account. And we have to. And we have to. We have to listen to them. Otherwise, I'm going to be without a Wikipedia account. Otherwise, we could be without a Wikipedia account. We have to. If in the case for me, we had to. We have to. Basically, we have to follow the rule. If not, we're going to literally be in the news for. In the case of me, we had to. We had to try to follow the rule. If not, we were clearly going to be in the news for and face discipline and face academic consequences. Sanctions. There could be sanctions which could be imposed. And potentially further consequences could move up to an indefinite a block up to a short duration or up to indefinite, and maybe an official site ban. This has done way too much. Like, I think I can finally say what may have caused it was it wasn't just Jesus and not happy. He is not like clearly this community isn't happy, and I think my family members aren't happy, and I think Andrew Webb isn't happy, and I think a lot of this community isn't happy right now with me. They're saying, this is what a lot of these users have been telling me. Yeah, we were saying we had to move on. Otherwise we were literally going into the hands of the Wikimedia Foundation. If we had not listened to him, the Wikimedia Foundation was clearly ready to invoke one of the restricted bans they have ever invoked. But this was clearly a historic collapse. I want to tell you guys that this was literally a historic collapse. So this was a historic collapse. It was a historic collapse. And there's no wonder why. No wonder why that plan pretty much collapsed. And just saying, wow, we were going to have a good time editing Wikipedia. You guys remember that. We were actually supposed to edit Wikipedia and very early on. It ended up not happening in the end, and it ended up being one of the worst decisions I made. It ended up being one of my worst decisions I made. And it was clearly the first time that my brother has had people have had a legit. I think clearly when Andrew Lim, it wasn't because of the edit or, but because Andrew Lim wrote to me and messaged after the topic ban was imposed. The community was aware of, hey, every users who were involved were on edge of a total meltdown after Andrew Lim. No, it was after you. It wasn't because you violated it. It wasn't because or no. It was because that you wrote to me a message in my top page. He basically wrote to me in a top page message. And saying that is a clear warning from this community that they had no intention of listening. And I said, hey, I'm happy to hear this. I'm happy to hear it with a sour on the wind. February 21. So I received one of my worst drummings ever. It was a historic collapse. So it was a radical, disruptive editing. Okay. I think one of my streamers may join back in. Somebody may join in again. Like there might be some people joining in again. I actually had some people joining in earlier on tonight. I actually had some of my subscribers join in tonight, but I actually had some of my streamers joining in. Since we were able to do the 2-hour stream, not even though I think tomorrow's gonna be anything but that because the soccer game and everything. And I gotta check the football schedule too. Because there's football game and the soccer game and anything we probably will not have up. I might probably elect up here unless we have to maybe stream the Sunday. We would probably have no other option but to stream Sunday. Rebuilding. Cause I'm gonna have to chat next weekend if they are playing a team up here. Hello! Here on the Saturday night, Saturday evening. If they are doing a team up here, then I need to and accordingly, that we would probably have to do a walk. The morning in the morning. If we want to do a walking stream, we'll have to be there in the morning when the sun's below the horizon. Sun's a little bit fuller. But we'll plan it accordingly. But I think once we move into the rules not being followed, clearly, Chunky you, right? Andrew Lim was actually one step closer to potentially walking away. I think the community was ready to walk away. Ready to say move on and walk away. To walk away. I think clearly people were ready to walk away. To potentially walking away from us. And that's just how radical when we said the word we were trying to violate Wikipedia, they said, wow. It just confirmed it then and there. This community had no intention. Just watch the block log. Oh, just watch the block log. So just that one account. Or in fact, it had multiple accounts. And it could block essentially all my IP. MJ's busy tonight. But MJ overall. I think I'm gonna head out to maybe see if MJ's inside again. But I think I'm gonna head out of here. I think I'm gonna head home now. I might wanna have the legal office if we were actually inside about an hour prior. I had to he's not inside, guys. So I'm just about now on my way out. So now I'm on my way out. Head home. Now we're on our way out. And it was from that point they were just saying the users walked away from us. Well, we simply said the words, we're going to continue putting the ads in. I felt like if we had put any more COVID cases in, or even put any new COVID cases in the following day, or after that, I probably would have been led to additional sanctions. And it was not only with my reverts would have been very seriously, they warned me that it will go to an indefinite block. Because I think that we were going in violation of that. I think it was clearly obvious that further sanctions, even if I was unblocked briefly, it would have led to, I would have had my eggs reverted, it would have led to additional sanctions up to and including an indefinite block. And actually, we would have been reverting everybody's vandalism. I would have been reverting everybody's vandalism. Using the vandalism button and to override essentially every revert and put all the revisions back in. and put every revision back in. From that.
It is something. 25, 30 minutes. Just raining all day. Like,
So and just how strict this community is when we hear. Here I say if perverted. And if reverted, you must go talk. But when we just kept reverting, it was simply obvious that the trust was simply gone. And that we did not feel welcome in this community. And then and making baseless claims to also is just flat out lies. Last time my life, my Wikipedia community, Wikipedia was just nothing but lies. Radical Wikipedia was radically disruptive behavior on Wikipedia was probably put together by time of editing Wikipedia in the dumper. And that radical radical disruptive change. That plan probably put all my eggs in the garbage. It would have to be a massive collapse for that to be even possible, but we realized a full community ban, a full ban was so it first started as a topic ban, then increased to a full indefinite, which then increased into a full indefinite. Well, it started as a topic ban, and then it went to a full indefinite. It escalated to it to a full indefinite after. So it started as a topic ban, then it increased. It was escalated to a full indefinite, which escalated to a full indefinite. I think it was very obvious that if you were escalated to a full indefinite after this was escalated to a full indefinite, with topic, then escalated to a full indefinite block after and the topic ban and on November 8th was upgraded to a permanent site ban to a permanent ban, meaning essentially meaning that the patients would be exhausted, which means that if radical destructive behavior can persist, all the patients with this community was simply blown. Was blown thanks to it. And now this is the consequence we have to face. Now we realize not listening to the community, to the Wikipedia community, has consequences, could have serious consequences if not followed or taken seriously. I say my time editing Wikipedia, maybe those days are pretty much over because I lost a lot of confidence within the community. And if it was only a bot, I would have said, yeah, actually that would have said a clear message was if it was only an indefinite block, if it was only a block, I think it was very obvious an indefinite block was likely something people were considering, and since we clearly weren't listening, I think the most likely scenario a lot of people were thinking, and I think a lot of these users wanted to make sure would be a full indefinite. Given how serious it really was, I think people were saying that topic ban a 31-hour block simply wasn't going to be enough for this community, and it would be a major concern. I think they wanted to be sure which was upgraded to a site ban as of May 2022. As of November 2022, it was eventually upgraded to a full site ban from an indefinite ban to a full site ban. I think even the ban in general was bad. So like that, we were in the site banned by the community, so we pretty much no one wanted to have me on block. I don't know where else where I was gonna go. No, I think it was simply obvious as that cut to you, and I think a lot of the other users were saying maybe I don't think the topic ban simply imposing a topic ban simply isn't going to be enough. Simply imposing a topic ban and it's left that was simply not going to be enough. Was not. Hello. Simply simply we're not going to let them block it. We're going to want more than that. Oh man. It's just really unfortunate. How much time we were waiting. Yeah. Oh yeah. They were walking with my 57-year light bulb with my dad, March. And I yell. I yell. So it was you on top of the parking garage. I think those were. I'm wondering if that might have been one of the employees at my. Have you ever been denied? I think given that we've been under Wikipedia deny that they've been starting to deny the soft puppetry. I think given that we've been just denying, they wanted to say it was best to deny access and cut us off. I think they simply said to lawyers if you block any of their shots, pull back top page. I think clearly it's obvious that they may be going community-wide in terms of a full ban. That means that they may no longer just be asking for. I think they're really for real. It's when you receive a warning, it means business. It means business. Because if not complying with these warnings, you could be invited clear. The first would be a warning. This will slip into the hole. But he went simply, really. It's like, it's like drying up. It's like the river level is like, I think the river level here is starting to drop. I think the river level here has gone down. I think the river level has dropped. So I don't think we even earned any trust back from these users. When these told them, hey, can we put our edits back on the top, back on the articles, they said no. So I think clearly they may not even want to book the box now. So you name it. I think you name it. I think you name it. We don't earn anything. We don't learn anything as it comes to you wanting to unblock it. So you name it. So I don't think we earn anything. So they may not even want to lift the block. So yeah, you name it. I don't think we even earn anything in terms of wanting, and I don't think we earn anything in terms of the community wanting to fix the problem. And a ban was in the dark. After losing Ontario's back, the next 3 but simply we were saying if this kept going, if you keep going like the way you're going right now, you could be the terrible in the future and never realize. The fact that this was like the last time that we would ever be unblocked. Like a team from our nose board report. That would be the last time that we would ever be allowed to edit within the article themselves and even COVID in itself. And from COVID pretty much broadly. So if I was on a topic ban, I would not be allowed to talk about it in any of my YouTube videos. Because, and maybe not even anywhere. So it could even be off Wiki too. Like, you think if it was a topic ban, are we allowed to discuss it anywhere on Wiki? Is it only confined to Wikipedia, or does it have to be even? So I was saying, the radical disruptive change probably put my edits in the dumper. And I was saying that no, we changed course. And you know, when I realized that it was clearly a total failure when we were failing on our first practice, we changed course. And when I realized that practice wasn't working, we changed course. When we realized our practice just wasn't working, now in the end, we changed course. Couldn't the community do this either? I'm over my Wi-Fi limit. If I've never been denied. If we've gotten blocked, it probably would have sent a message to us that, hey, don't, please don't do that again. I actually said to them, you didn't tell me, and why weren't we consulted? And why wasn't me or touching you, and why weren't we consulted? I told Andrew, I'm like, we were not consulted. Can you explain to me why I wasn't consulted on this topic again? I think Hunter really needed to take them down. Like, I think clearly they were clearly ready to enforce it. And they say that it was clearly not an option. That was clearly no longer really definitely stopping the edits on the top of the article were no longer optional. Saying that users be on the lookout. So we had noticed on our copy that he was going to do this. That plan probably changed the way how we work the Wikipedia editing plan. Fell through to our plan to get the project going. Fell through to plan to get the edits going. Fell through to enforcement. Fell through to. So what happened to that plan? So what happened? Well, fell through due to community, due to problems with the Wikipedia community and conflicts. And we got into a conflict with the community between us and the Wikipedia community. We had conflict. So there was a conflict between us and the community. We couldn't solve the problem. There's a conflict. There was a conflict that we got ourselves in. There was a conflict that we got ourselves into that was continuing. And hearing that really sparked the conflict. That pretty much sparked the conflict. That's the we ever made as users. Wait. Hello. I think I just talked to and all of our disputes that we got ourselves into with you, between you, and a lot of the other users, it had never gotten that bad until April and May, until that April-May incident. And there were a lot of disputes before that, so we didn't say it was right from the gate, but I can tell you that those last 5 months was when really things began to go south for us. It was like November, October, those last like 6 months, 6.5 months, clearly I have heeded Jeremy's warning. Jeremy's warning. I have heeded Jeremy's warning seriously about our disruptive behavior seriously because if we had not listened or heeded these warnings, I think we would be in a lot more trouble than we already were. I would have found myself in a lot more trouble than where everything already was and where we already were. And he was not threatening me to. But clearly, I felt like we were being threatened. Definitely over a period back. Just threatening to bring radical disruptive change to the top team. And that's what probably put the editing plan in the plan to fail. But I think so. Alright guys, we're gonna hop off now and hope everyone has a wonderful day. Alright, bye bye everybody. Here we are.